Hi everyone, my name is Xiaolang Dominic from NTU BSE. Today I'm going to talk about the relationship between biodiversity and deforestation. I think everyone is familiar to this picture on the left hand side that often occurred to your Facebook for the past few weeks, and it is an ecological threat called deforestation. Deforestation is the decrease of quality and quantity of forests that caused by human activities and natural disasters. What causes deforestation? The first category is change of land use, and it affects the quantity of forest. For example, changing forests into cities, farms, and ranches. The second category is environmental degradation, such as logging or forest product extraction, and these affect the quality of forest. The third category is natural disasters, like wildfire, typhoon, and lack of rainfall. And there is a difference between deforestation and regeneration harvest. In regeneration harvest, the goal is to increase land productivity and also having a sustainable forestry. Why does deforestation matters? We have learned about ecological succession (松原体) in our biology class in high school. The first is the pioneer, the grass, and then bush, and then trees, and then the ultimate climax is forest. It takes years to build a forest, and it is very similar to urbanization, where pioneers came first and then cultivated a field, and then at last turned it into a city. In cities, population is high, diversity of people is also high. So the effect of deforestation to the ecosystem is as serious as the effect of an nuclear bomb to human society. Who are the victims of deforestation? There are many famous species that are affected by deforestation, like orangutan, Homocycine rafflesia, the biggest flower in the world, and also from the recent news, the Formosa clouded leopard has been classified extinction by hunting and deforestation. In fact, there are many more species in the forest. It is said that 50% of all species on Earth live in tropical rainforests, and rainforests only occupy 5% of our Earth's surface. Now let's talk about the scale of influence of deforestation. Please look at the map from World Bank. As you can see, the serious part is in South America, uh, Central Africa, and also Southeast Asia. And the second map is from UNEP, and you can see the dark green means the new gain of forest, and as you can see, Taiwan is gaining new forest. And red means hotspot of deforestation, and you can see a lot of hotspot in the Amazon area. Let's see the scale from the timeline. The deforestation rate is enormous in Borneo, and this picture compares the past and the recent situation. And as you can see, most of the deforestation is come from the overpopulated areas like China, India, and Europe. Now let's look at some data from UNFAO. And these data are provided by their own country, and we can see that total cover of forests from these countries are not decreasing by time, and it's really different from what we know from other sources. And now let's talk about the consequences of deforestation. The biggest crisis of deforestation is extinction of species, and it will affect the biodiversity directly. And exactly how many species are there in the forest? Field specialist Terry Irwin did a research in the late 1970s, and by following the rainforest canopy in Panama, he estimated that there are 8.15 million of beetle species compared to 370,000 known beetle species. It means that there are many more species that are unknown in a rainforest. Why does deforestation lead to decrease of biodiversity? It is caused by mainly two reasons: loss of habitat and habitat fragmentation. With increase of the edge effect, which means that organisms living in a patch will be affected by the boundary easier, and the fragmentation of habitat will limit the living area of organisms. There are also some serious crises other than biodiversity caused by deforestation, like erosion, desertification, increased carbon emission, and decreased oxygen production. And also we will lose many resources for medicine, uh, food, and also raw materials. We know that deforestation is a worldwide situation. It is extremely serious in Amazon, Africa, and Indonesia. But what about Taiwan? And this is the part that I'm fascinated by. What is the first image in your mind when it comes to deforestation in Taiwan? Will it be this picture where an environmental protection party protested the cutting of an aged tree, or a photo of landslide that destroyed a big area of forest? And the fact is that 99% of our wood resources are from overseas, and the left 1% actually is from NTU Experimental Forest, CETO, and being manufactured in Shui Exhibition Center here. And there are 60% of our land is covered it is covered with forest. And we are losing nearly 0% of our forest. That means that less deforestation is happening in Taiwan. But however, does the biodiversity really increase after Taiwan government set out laws to protect our forest? I doubt that. Here I'm going to introduce a hypothesis to you. Intermediate disturbance hypothesis states that local species diversity is maximized when the ecological disturbance is neither too rare or too frequent, and with nearly no hunting and logging. Will the dominant species be overpopulated in Taiwan? And we do not know much about this problem because most of our studies on the forest biodiversity is focusing on the endangered species. Other than biodiversity, there are many more problems, like most wood are imported from outgrown tropical forests in Malaysia and Indonesia. Some of them are even from illegal logging. And Taiwan's law really protected our precious forests, but in the same time, we are destroying others. The ironic thing is that Taiwan has an abundance of forests, and we are not making good use of them. And I will come back to this problem later. First, let's talk about the global situation for deforestation. It is REDD is a program started by UN and to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases from deforestation and forest degradation. And FSC is an international non-profit organization promoting responsible management of the worldwide forest. And this is my conclusion. In my opinion, there is a difference between protecting and taking care of our forests. The former one means that we are ignoring what is inside the forest, and the later one means that we make good use of what we have preserved. With the concept of carbon footprint, 碳足迹, we are encouraged to eat and buy local products. And as for wood product, it is time for us to use our Taiwan's woodlands. And when we are using something in our backyard, I think it's more likely we will cherish it and will ensure the forest to be sustainable forever. Last but not least, forest biodiversity wouldn't mean anything for us unless we fully study and understand the amazing amount of species in the forest and also the benefits to human and ecological system. Visit and learn and embrace our forest. Thank you for attention. Here's some more information for deforestation, and please kindly leave some comments below.